Hey everyone, this is Michelle with Foxy Chick Designs and Magnolia Design Company with another fun Valentine's Day craft for you. I am going to be using some of our new Magnolia Design Company products as well as a pizza pan from the Dollar Tree. So grab yourself a drink and join in on the fun. Hey Missy! Thanks for popping on. Who else has joined us? As you are joining, come on in and say hello. I'm having some kind of an issue with my laptop. Hey Stacy, thanks for popping on. When you guys come in, if you wouldn't mind sharing this video, I would appreciate it. Just to get some more friends on. All right, here we go. All right, perfect. Now we can get... Alright, I think we've got things coming back up. How is everybody doing this Thursday night? I'm going to... I'm just pulling up my live feed. Hey Sandy, thanks for popping on. You actually caught me live. Yay! Sweet. Awesome sauce. All right. I'm going to pin my website to this post. So there is that. So we're going to get that pinned so that you guys have that available for you. And then I am also going to okay, it's not going to let me do this, is it? Let's see here. Just getting things set up here. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we are all set up, we are all ready to go, and we are going to get crafting. Alright, let's see, anybody else come in? Let me see here. So far I'm seeing Missy and Stacy and Sandy. But as anybody else comes in, if you'll just say hello so that I know that you're here. I don't want to miss anybody. Anyway, on Tuesday night I had a very long video, and I appreciate you that jumped in and, you know, kind of hung out with me for a little bit. It was a really long video, and I really do apologize. But I showed you that I had gotten some new Valentine stencils, and one of them was this cute little Love is in the Air. You know what, let me turn you guys around a minute so everything is looking right. There we go. So our little Love is in the Air stencil, and that is the stencil that we're going to use tonight. And the surface that we're going to use is a Dollar Tree pizza pan. These have become my new addiction, so to speak. I really am loving the pizza pan idea, because there's so much that you can do with them. So I really like them. Anyway, okay, just wanted to turn you guys around so you could, see that. As you're coming in, if you will say hello, just so I know that you're here. But we're going to use our Love is in the Air, and then we are going to use some sugar plum paste, some raspberry paste, and we're going to do a blender method. And then the words Love is in the Air, we're going to do in black. So those are the colors of our Magnolia chalk paste that we're going to use. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint the pan with some Waverly Inspirations chalk paint in the color Cashew. So it's not going to be a bright white, but it will be a white-ish color. It will be an off-white. Then I have some really cool decorative ribbon that I believe I got at the Dollar General store. I'm going to go ahead and use some of this somehow. And then I've got these little pink and red gems from the Dollar Tree. We've used those, before. So I think I'm going to use those in some way. Not quite sure exactly just yet how those are going to come into play, but I'm going to go ahead and get my hot glue gun turned on and get it started, and I'm going to go ahead and plug in my heat tool because I know that we will need that to make sure that all of our paint is dry. And if you're looking for a heat tool, I just got this, I think it's Darcy, D-A-R-I-C-E, Darcy heat tool, and I got it from, I believe, Joann's, and it was a really long time ago when I was card making and was doing some embossing, but this thing has held out all that time and I really like it, and it works really good for these projects. So if you happen to be looking for one, that might be a place to look, is to check out Joann's and see if, I know they still carry them. I don't know if it's that exact one in that color, but that would be a place to look. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get you guys tilted down here. I am able to see comments now. I was able to get my laptop up and running. So we've got that all good to go. So I'm going to just flip you guys around down here so that you can see what's going on. And I'm actually going to, try to zoom in. Maybe not. There we go. We can zoom into that little pizza pan there a little bit. Alrighty. Alright, so we'll move that over. There we go. Okay. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rip this guy off and throw it away because I have no need for it. And we're not going to be using this side of the pan. We are going to be using this. Or do I want to use this side of the pan? Hold on. That is the $1 million question of choice. Do I want to use this side of the pan? Actually, I think I might kind of like to use that side of the pan. Okay, I think we might use this side of the pan. I don't know. What do you guys think? Any suggestions? Should we do this side of the pan? Or should we do this side of the pan? I don't know. I think I'm kind of liking it a little bit better on this side of the pan. But I'm not sure either way. I think we're going to use this side of the pan. So, I'm just going to go ahead and get my handy dandy little paintbrush. I got some new paintbrushes from the Dollar Tree, and I seem to like these. They're pretty soft. They're easy to clean up, and they're not real expensive. They're $1. So if they happen to break or start to fall apart. I'm not out a whole ton of money, so I do kind of like that. So we are going to open up our lovely little container of paint. I might just sit that there, and I'm just going to dip in, and I'm just going to start painting. Bit on there. We're just going all the way around the pan here. And we've got that just like that. And I'm going to just try to get another little bit of a coat on here. Then I'm going to go ahead and get this dry, and I'm going to put another coat on, because I don't want a lot of the silver of the pan popping through. And once I get this first coat dry, I may like it and just decide not to do another coat, but we shall see. Alright, so I'm going to just go ahead and set this right here. I'm going to grab my heat tool. And I'm going to just go ahead and get this all dried up. While we're drying this, I did want to tell you guys about a few little things. We have some already put together bundles that are available for our customers, and they come with a surface and a stencil, your chalk paste, a squeegee, and you get it for one bundled price, and they're pretty inexpensive. They're not real expensive, and it gives you everything that you need to be able to create your own project. So I would encourage you to run over to the website, which is the pinned comment on the post here. I did pin that so that you guys would have access to be able to go over to the website and see what is all available. I also have bundles myself that I put together, and if you don't see a bundle that's already put together but you would like a bundle, then if you will just reach out to me, I can put the actual products that you are wanting into a bundle, and that way you can get a bundled price for what you're looking for. The other thing I wanted to let you guys know of is we had a new Get Started Kit launch. It is still $69, and you get over $240 worth of product. You get surfaces, you get stencils, you get chalk paste, you get everything you need to get started. And hey Annette, thank you so much for popping on. as soon as you get the Get Started Kit, as soon as you purchase it, you then are eligible to get our 35% discount. And that means if you choose not to run this like a business like I do, and you just want to enjoy a 35% discount, okay, I forgot this was metal. If you wanted to just be able to enjoy the 35% discount, then you would be able to do that. The only cost to you, other than the cost of the kit, is a $10.99 fee for your website. Hey Crystal, thanks for popping on. How are you tonight? So just wanted to let you guys know that there are some bundles, and there are some, you know, our Get Started Kit is available, and it's only $69. And like I said, you get over $240 worth of amazing products to start creating with. Even if you just wanted to use the products to create gifts, I know with COVID and things like that, some people have been out of work, and I know $69 sounds steep, but that would give you endless opportunities to create gifts for loved ones for, you know, birthdays, Christmas, anniversaries, whatever. It would give you that ability to where you'd already have the supplies to do that over and over again, because our stencils are able to be used 8 to 10 times, more depending on how you care for your stencils. And a jar of paste, I mean, this particular jar of paste right here, this Tiffany Teal, I got this with my Get Started Kit, and I am still using it. And I use it, if you talk to anybody that has watched many of my lives, you will see that this is a color that I use often, and that's how much is left. So it goes a long, long way. Also with COVID, there are people that are out of jobs, and you may have a flea market or a thrift store or a place that you could create crafts and sell them and make an income for your family, you know, during this time, because there are people still shopping at the big box stores. There's still people shopping at Joann's and Michael's and Hobby Lobby and spending outrageous amounts on, you know, home decor pieces for their home. So why not give them, you know, give your friends and family a way to where they can support you, and you be able to create an income for yourself. If you are interested at all in hearing more about the opportunity with Magnolia Design Company, if you will comment kit in the comments, I will reach out to you and answer any questions that you may have, and get you hooked up with our Get Started Kit. Okay, now that this is all dry, I am actually liking the color of it, so I don't think I'm going to put another coat on, you know, on this particular pan. So I'm going to go ahead and close up my chalk paint and get that set to the side so that I don't spill it, because I really don't want to have to clean up a mess tonight. Hold on, I'm going to hop in here for a quick drink. I have been drinking water like a fish. I feel like I can never get enough water. All right, so now that this is completely cooled off, and I did want to make sure that when I was heating this up that I was letting it cool back down, because I am going to be putting a stencil on top of it. So what I'm going to do is, this is our Love is in the Air 8.5 by 11 stencil, and this stencil retails for $13.99. And it is available on the website, or at least it was when I checked a little bit ago, because I try not to demo stencils that you guys can't get your hands on. I like to be able to stencil with products that are available to you. Okay, I still didn't find my tacky towel, so I'm gonna pull out a cute little microfiber cloth here, and I am going to lint up my stencil because our stencil is brand new. And actually, before I pull it off the backer sheet, I'm going to grab for my marker, and I am going to mark the back of my stencil just so that when I clean up my stencils, because like I said, they are silkscreen self-adhesive, so when it's all cleaned up, I can put it back on this backer sheet and, you know, save it and use it over and over again. So I'm just going to do love is in the air. So there's that. And when you're working with just one stencil like this, it isn't all that big of a deal. Hey Peg, thanks for jumping in. For you that are jumping in, if this is your first time catching me live, if you would comment new, just so that I can see the newbies that are jumping in, and I really appreciate you jumping on. Thank you to those that, you know, hop on every time that they catch me live. I do appreciate all the support for the page and for Foxy Chick Designs. For those of you that are popping on, if you are also have YouTube, I do have a YouTube channel as well that has all of my projects in it. So if you wanted to take a look at that and subscribe over there so that you can see different projects that have been used with Magnolia products, I would greatly appreciate that. Oh, thanks, Annette. Glad that you're a newbie, and I'm glad you hopped on. So as you can see, I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Do you hear how sticky that is? Okay, so I don't want to lay that straight down on my pan because that's going to pull up that chalk paint. So I'm going to lay it down here on my little cloth, and I'm going to pick up some lint. So, but I want to pull from the middle because I don't want to stretch out my stencil. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay this down again and pull up some more. And I just want to take some of the stick off. That's what I'm doing with getting some lint and fuzz on the back of the stencil, is I just want to take off some of the sticky so that it doesn't stick quite as bad on my pan. And this stencil is really sticky because even though I have fuzzed it up a little bit, it is still quite sticky. So I'm actually gonna throw it on my sweater. I know that sounds a little weird, but throw it on my sweater a few times and see if I can pick up some lint that way, because this guy is pretty sticky, which is a good thing because then that means it's going to last even longer. Okay, here we go. All right, I think I have fuzzed this up enough. We will find out when we go to peel this off. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we are going to lay this down just like so. And I'm just going to smooth this out. I'm not going to push it on real hard because I don't want it to stick. I want it to stick down to where it doesn't bleed so there's no bubbles underneath. But I don't want it to stick so much that it pulls up the paint. Okay. So now that we have that down, what I'm going to do is I am going to take some of our black. I'll pull out a couple squeegees here. A couple of our gray and green squeegees, and I'm going to pull out a couple stir sticks so that I can let's see here, so I can get things stirred up. Alrighty, so I am going to just open up our black, and I'm going to take one of our little stir sticks. And I'm just going to give this a good stir. Make sure that this is all nice and stirred up. On our team, we have what is called Stirred Up Sunday. So on Sundays, we try to pull out all of our paste and get them all stirred up. And if they need to have water added to them, we can add water to them and get them all good. All right. So there's our black for our letters. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up our raspberry. And I'm going to make sure that this has a good stir to it as well. All right, and our raspberry is good to go. You know what? I'm actually going to move these up here so you can see the colors. And then I'm going to grab our sugar plum, which is a really pretty light pink. Well, it's not really a light pink. It is a lighter pink, but it is a it kind of looks like Pepto-Bismol. I know that's kind of crazy, but it's kind of cool. I really like this color. I'm just making sure that it's all nice and smooth and ready to go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of this pink, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to just put some daubs down, just like so. Then I'm going to take some of our raspberry, and I'm just going to put some of those daubs down, and we're just going to mix this. We're going to make a nice little mess. All right. And normally what I would do is I would squeegee this off and put it back into my jar. But because I am mixing colors, I am just going to grab a Clorox wipe, and I'm just going to wipe my squeegee right off onto a Clorox wipe. But if you're using just one color, you can squeegee up any of the excess and put it back in the jar and use it for another project. So I'm just going to take one of our little squeegees here. I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to just work my way down through. And I'm going to make sure that I get all of these little hearts that are on the pizza pan. I'm going to go ahead and get them all filled in. And I do want to be careful when I'm squeegeeing them together, just because there is a difference of color. And I do want that lighter pink to show through. I don't want it to be hidden by all of the raspberry. So I'm going to be cleaning off my squeegee often, just so we're not losing all of that really pretty lighter pink. I just want it to all be mixed together. And it does mix and makes a really nice color as well. I'm trying to be careful here, not going off the edge, but also not getting our area that we want to have black either. All right. So now I'm just squeegeeing up this excess. Okay, and now that I have that all squeegeed off, I am going to pull this up so that it doesn't dry, because you want to peel this up while the paint or the paste is still wet. And I'm going to just walk this up very, very gently, because it is still very, very sticky. And I don't want, one, I don't want to stretch my stencil. Two, I want to be very careful not to peel up the paint. And this, let's see, it is peeling up some of the paint, so I want to be very careful with that. All right, and I want to, because we're going to peel this up and let this dry for a minute. And then I'm going to lay this stencil right back down to do the Love is in the Air. And I did not fuzz this well enough. I am so sorry. But you can see where some of the paint came up. But that's okay, because it'll look distressed and it'll look really pretty. So I'm going to go back in here and lay this Love back down. I'm going to just barely lay that down. And I just want to get in here with the black and get this up before it decides to adhere even more. So I just threw some black down. I'm going to be very careful up here near the edge where that pink is. And see, like, all this extra I can put right back into the jar. And I'm just going to go right over this, and I'm going to squeegee up that excess, get it back into the jar to be able to use for another project. Alright, so we have that done. So now I'm going to very carefully, very carefully pull this up. And I am going to kind of walk it down a little bit. Because like I said, I do not want to stretch the stencil. And you want to pull straight up. Just like so. Ta-ta! And I'm going to sit this, and like I said, that stencil should have been a lot less sticky. I should have fuzzed it a lot more. I should have pulled out a towel or something to fuzz that a lot more, because that stuck a lot more than what I would have wanted it to. And I had to be a lot more careful when I peeled it up. So now I'm just sitting that in some water while I finish up the project, and then I will run it under some cool water to clean it off. Thanks, Missy. Like I said, there's little places here that it did pull up on the stencil. And you can, take your brush and, go back in on that and kind of clean some of that up. I'm not going to muss too much, because knowing me, I will totally mess this up. I am notorious for that. But you could take a Q-tip and go back in there. But I've got some other pieces of this project that I'm going to be doing, so I'm not real concerned with how this looks right now. I just think right now this looks absolutely adorable. If you are liking what you're seeing, if you will throw some hearts and some thumbs up, just so I can see what you guys are thinking of the project. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, well, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close off these chalk paste, because I do not want to spill them or get anything in them or make a mess. So I'm gonna go ahead and set these over here. Hey, Miss Cynthia. Thanks, Sandy. So I am just cleaning up these jars a little bit, squeegeeing the rest of this back into the jar for another project, and just screwing on the top and setting them aside for another project. But like I said, one of these jars will last you a really long time. The only jar of paste that I have had to replace was my white. And that is the only thing that I have had to replace. Hey, Joanne, thanks for popping on. Okay. Alright, I got some paste boogers on here, and I don't want it to stay. Ugh. That is another reason why I clean these things up, because I am notorious for making a mess like that. So I'm going to get in here and try to dab that up. And of course I've got it on my fingers. Okay. We're just not going to mess with that because I don't want to make it worse than what it already is. Like I said, I'm notorious for that. So we're going to take some of our ribbon here. And this ribbon here is like mesh, and it's silver, and it's really sparkly. So what I'm going to do is I want to, you know what, I think I'm going to cut a piece here. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with this yet, but I just know I want to use it. And I think I'm going to cut this like up the middle. And we're gonna experiment a little bit. We're gonna see how this is gonna turn out. All right, well, before I do too much more, I want to go ahead and get in here and get this dry. That all nice and dry, and I think I want to put this, I'm gonna like just scrunch this up down around here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get one of my little handy dandy foamy finger thingies, so that I don't burn my fingers off with my glue gun, and I'm gonna grab some glue sticks here. And I'm just going to start over here at this side, and I'm going to just put a little bit of hot glue, and I'm just going, and I'll have to cut more of this, I'm sure, but I'm just going to stick this right down here. So there's that, and then we're just gonna play around with this a little bit, and we're just gonna kind of smush this in there. And if some of it pops up, we're good. I just kind of want it to be whimsical around the outside here. We're just going to kind of pinch this all together. And like I said, if it pops up, we're not real concerned, because I don't mind if it, kind of bubbles up a little bit. Just kind of going back through here. All right. I'm going to put another glue stick in here. Whoop. Well, we hope that that does not stick. Alright. And we're just working our way around here with this lovely little kind of meshy ribbon. And like I said, I'm not out for this to look absolutely perfect. I just think that this meshy ribbon stuff looks really cool, and just thought I would add a little bit of that on there around the outside here. And we've got this little bit here, and then we're going to move to the next piece that we cut, which is this here. We're just going to go all the way around there with this. And it gives just a little bit of shimmer and shine and glitter. And, you know, for those of you that do not like glitter, then you could omit this, you know, part. You could put twine around it, or you could put the white nautical rope, or even the brown nautical rope for that matter. But I like sparkle, I like shimmer, I like glitter, I am a shimmery, shiny kind of girl. And I do like the sparkle a lot. And like I said, I'm just laying this down however it will go without burning my fingers. And I'm going to go back here and put a little bit more down right here just to attach the new piece that we're adding on here. All right, so we are moving right along. Does anybody have any comments or questions that I can answer for you while we're working our way around this lovely little pizza pan board? No questions, comments, quotes? Okie dokie. Lace would be pretty. You know what? Lace would be pretty. That is very true. Hey, Patricia. Thanks for popping on. Lace would be really pretty. And you know what? I don't have any. That's something I may have to put in my repertoire. I didn't even think about lace around here. I did not even think of lace. But yes, lace would be amazing on this. I would just put a little bit more here and tuck this in. Okay. And we're just about done with going around this. All right. So we've got this much of it done. I'm going to go ahead and cut another piece. I have some that sparkles. Oh, you have lace that sparkles? Ooh. Now you might be talking my language, Patricia. I don't know if I've ever seen lace. Oh, no, I can't say that. I have seen lace that sparkles. Let's see. We need probably just this little bit more. I don't know. I just found this really cool decorative ribbon at the Dollar General store, I believe. Maybe it was Family Dollar. I don't know. I have a bunch of dollar stores around my house. Dollar Trees, Dollar Generals, and Family Dollars are what's here in Northwest Indiana. So I have a wild pick of places to go to find really cool stuff. Okay, so now we are going to finish up this little section right here. And we're going to go ahead and get that right in there. And we're just going to kind of scrunch it and push. Not real conservative of how this is going in. I just want it to stay, and I want it to look pretty. Alright, we're going to throw some more glue in here. And we're going to lop this over. Okay, let me see, where did this stop? Stopped right about here, so I'm just gonna want to tack a few little places down here so that I make sure that it stays and it doesn't, come flying off. And then this little bit here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just cut off because we don't need that anymore. Okay. So I am going to put a little bit of hot glue in here and push that in so that just kind of ends kind of where we started. All right, so we're just going to, all right, so we are good with this, and it is just kind of whimsical, just around there. No rhyme or reason, don't really care for what, how it is around there. Then I have some of these cute little pink and red little little gems that we are going to hot glue on here in random places. So I'm just going to, put a little bit of hot glue, and I'm just going to stick these down. And just kind of fill in some of the cream spaces there. And I'm not really trying to have any rhyme or reason where I'm putting them. Just kind of wanting to fill in, some of these little spaces here. And now that I have those all glued on, we are going to make a hanger. And I think, do I want to use, no, well, I think I kind of do want to use this for a little bit of a hanger, like this. You know what, I'm actually going to, do I want to just, no, I don't want to use that. Let me see, put one at of the V where the paint came off. Let's see, put one at the V. At the V where the paint came off. So see, there's the V and all the paint's there. I'm not sure where you're saying, Patricia, put one at of the V. I'm not sure where you're saying, Patricia, right here or right here, because those are the two places where the paint kind of come off. So I'm gonna put a red one right there. I think that might have been the place that you were talking about, Patricia. I'm not real sure. I'm going to put another pink one up there. Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, so now we just need to do a hanger, and I think I'm going to grab some of our nautical rope for our hanger. Because I just think this is super cute. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut some of this rope off. And I'm going to flip this over like so. And I want to make sure that I hook this right. So I am going to, let me see here. I used to go like right here. So I am going to put a ton of hot glue, and I'm going to just push these little guys down. And I do want to be careful because the glue is coming up through, and I do not want to burn my fingers. So I am just making sure that these are all down. I'm going to let this dry a little bit. Oh, I love the little hanger. And I am going to take some glue and put over the top here. Just to kind of reinforce some of that. When I put backers on the back, I do like to reinforce things with glue. Just to make sure that everything stays right where it's supposed to, because I don't like, hey Corey, thanks for popping on. And I'm just going to stick my fingers in this for a minute and make sure that this all stays down and makes a nice little casing. Okay, just clean off the glue from my little thing here, and making sure that that is dry, which it's not quite yet, but I think it's enough to where I can pick this up. Oh, I love how this turned out. This turned out super cute. So there is our cute little pizza pan, and actually I am seeing that it needs a heart right about there. Okay, so there is our cute little pizza pan for tonight with our Love is in the Air Magnolia Design Company stencil, and I hope that you enjoyed this project. I'm going to pull you guys back up here to me, and just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me tonight. And here is the finished project. Sorry, it is backwards, and I apologize for that, but that is our cute little pizza pan, and it was very inexpensive to make, but it looks like something that you would buy from one of the big box stores, and it would make a great gift or a great piece for your home decor for Valentine's Day. So anyway, thank you again so much for jumping on and interacting and participating tonight. I appreciate you guys all so much. You make what I do a lot of fun. So thank you again for popping on. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I will be back again on Tuesday night for another Tuesday tutorial, and I believe we're still going to be working on some Valentine projects. And just as a reminder, any project that you do see me create here on a live is for sale, and if you're interested in purchasing it, if you will just message me or comment in this feed sold, then I can reach out to you and let you know the price and work out payment arrangements. Thank you again for joining in, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. See you on Tuesday. Bye.